Hey YouTube, this is React City. I'm Mark.
I'm Rose.
I'm Nikki.
And this is Death Note episode 16. Misa's in jail.
What?
But Light has a plan to get her out.
And he said goodbye to Ryu.
Yeah, what's that about? We can't be saying goodbye if the show isn't ending yet.
Like in your mind, the only way this ends is him just dead. So it's like, he's gonna die? What?
He's gonna die right now?
What is he going to do, and why is he saying goodbye to Ryu? I'm so curious.
Mm-hmm.
Plans, let's see.
Do you think that L is thinking more about that little hair flip we saw?
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's like,
sure.
He's like, the fan's not on.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Because he's already had like 2 hints about Shinigami.
Right, and he believes it. The thing with L, he's very much like the detective that thinks no matter how improbable, it still like has the percentage of the chance, and nothing else seems possible. Nothing else seems possible. That's what's left. That kind of mentality. Mm-hmm. So it's like he can't figure anything else out, and he's getting Shinigami vibes. So it's Shinigami.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they never really get into it. So it seemed like Watchery straight up tortures her.
What?
But I looked it up because I wanted to know exactly what happened. They even though they show all the chemicals, they never even talk about it. So that's something they skipped even in the manga.
Mm-hmm.
It's assumed that they just deprived her of liquids. Man put on a glove and had a tray full of chemicals. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. But yeah, so guys, thank you guys very much for being here. Guys, if you like your time here, please remember to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Please remember to stick around for a discussion. See you there.
He's like, she passed out after seeing magic hair flip. Something's happening.
So they put that memory in her head?
I'm detaining you here. You must have some idea.
What do you mean? Because I'm a celebrity, obviously. But you're definitely the first stalker who's ever gone this far. Then you're starting to scare me.
Starting.
It started.
Hey, I'm money.
He's mad.
You have to. It's the only time you'll untie me and let me move. Plus, you'd be able to watch.
Has she been kidnapped before?
Isn't it? You pervert!
What?
He's like, that hurt.
I'm a pervert.
Oh no.
What will the reaction be?
I could be Kira.
Whoa.
The face of his father.
What are you talking about? Why would you even say something like that? Why? There's no real proof that Lady Yagami is Kira, so why come here to announce that you could be Kira?
Yeah.
Right now, he seems pretty sure that I'm Kira. We know El's never been wrong before.
He's saying it without saying it.
No lie. I see. So you're not conscious of it. I'm not sure of anything anymore. I'd never kill someone, but unconsciously, who knows what I'm capable of.
It's like the little smirk, I see it.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I found myself thinking that some criminals deserve to die.
It's like, I mean, I thought it wasn't bad. I thought Kira couldn't be that
I
bad.
feel exactly the same way.
It's
I found myself thinking before.
now he's making everybody be like, could I be
He's Kira. Get him.
I'm Spartacus.
Do this, then it has to happen immediately. From this point on, you can't be allowed to go anywhere where I can't see you. This is crazy. There's no way my son could be Kira. It's okay.
Audience laughs in knowledge.
Aizawa, please take him away. Right.
Y'all know you're still in a hotel, right?
Yeah, you
You're
just walk out
lead
with
a guy in handcuffs, blindfold earmuffs out the hotel.
Don't measure.
It's like, how do we make this not weird? I know, let's put a bag over his head. Wait.
Oh.
Within 490 days. So that's his limit. First day of confinement.
Ryuzaki, I'd like to request that you take me off this investigation.
Oh.
And gee, I wonder why.
That we're holding my son Light as a prime suspect.
He's getting grayer and grayer by the day.
For me to be here.
Yes, I'll agree with you there. To be honest,
What's
I wanted
that?
Is that like meat on it?
to kill your son and then yourself.
Aki, I will ask that you confine me as well.
What?
At the moment, I'm calm. But to be honest, I'm not sure how much more of this I can take.
I thought you might say that, so I spoke with Watari. He's made arrangements.
He's like, he's like, I thought you might say this, so you're gonna be fine. I got you covered.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Third day. Also, Elle didn't eat any of the meat.
Yeah. I guess he just like lets it marinate on there.
But since you've been detained, we haven't had one report of a criminal being killed by Kira.
Wait, no one's been killed? Really?
Yes.
I see. So it's only a matter of time before I'm convicted as Kira. What I wouldn't give for an apple.
He's just like, apples.
I thought the murders would continue even after Light was confined. Instead, they stopped completely.
Yeah, what's the point of that?
Light, does he really think that's gonna work? That'll be let off the hook?
Just like him looking at him.
Conscious of being Kira? It's not like Yagami. No, it's not like Kira.
Fifth day of confinement.
I can't take
Oh no, he's starting to contort.
soon. I don't know what in the end. I just have to get through this.
Perhaps you should rest in a more comfortable place.
It's impossible. What makes you think I care where I am? It won't change anything. In the state I'm in now, this is the best place for me. And no matter what the result, when I leave here, it's going to be with my son.
I understand.
Seventh
He just said
day.
with, no matter what the results, or like whether he's Kira or not, he's gonna leave with his son.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm busting out of here.
Suppose I'll have to
Have to?
get rid of it.
Untwisting and contorting. Oh, he's fine now. I guess that's equivalent of apples.
Got it.
I'll go get some apples. Not attached at all.
Realized that I was the one pushing for confinement and that I asked you to put me in there. But I didn't realize that
How is this gonna go down?
completely
How
pointless
is this gonna go down?
because I'm not Kira.
What
You
is
have to get me out of here. Commit those crimes without being aware of them? If I have no memory of his crimes, I'm not him.
I've never been able to accept this
What
idea
is
of
it? What do
Kira
we do?
for
What
some
happened
time.
next?
But that doesn't change the fact that all the evidence points to you being Kira.
Yeah.
This is true.
Imprisoned you. Kira hasn't committed a single murder.
Yeah.
It's completely absurd, but for some reason it feels believable to me.
Yeah.
You have to let me out. We're wasting time. Damn. Why is this happening?
What's going on? This isn't like Light at all. He's contradicting himself. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, we can't release
Like
him now.
Misa.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what he says.
15.
15th day.
What's going on? I just heard 2 weeks worth of criminals were just murdered all at once. It happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Guess what, Chief? Kira started killing again.
He's like, guess what?
It looks like Kira was only resting, but now he started punishing criminals again.
So happy.
People are dead.
Yay.
That means my son. I shouldn't be happy that people have been killed. At least Light's name will finally be cleared.
But it's not down to 0%.
Won't be enough to clear.
Is it?
Well, he's in the gray.
Did you
He's
hear
in the
what
gray.
Kira said, Chief?
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot better than being completely guilty.
He was like, well,
I'm sure as Gray's
in the gray.
He's a shade closer to being cleared. Let's tell Light.
Please don't, Mr. Matsuda. We shouldn't tell him about this.
But why not?
Hello, Light.
What is it, Rigasaki?
You've been in here just over 2 weeks and not a single new criminal has been punished. I make this harder than it has to be. Are you ready to confess?
It would be ridiculous. I'm telling you, you're wrong. I understand why you feel that way, but even if the evidence does point to me, I swear to you, this is a setup. I am not Kira. Zoom in on me if you want.
Zoom in.
Look at my eyes.
Look
You tell me.
Look at my pupils.
Lying? If I did, I'd thank him for punishing the burglar who killed my parents. To me, Kira is a hero.
I don't understand.
Discussion.
We had quite an exciting episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an interesting plan. This is like a straight up brazen plan. Like, I'm sure he's not giving up his god complex just to save this girl. Well, it is to save his own life, actually.
Yeah.
So could he be giving up his godness to do this, or is there some way that he's gonna get the Death Note back? Like, the person who he gave the Death Note to is someone he wrote in the Death Note to die at a certain time, and then Ryuk will bring the book back to him or something.
Well, we didn't see a lot of maybe off-screen planning that happened, but
Yeah, because he apparently buried it at some point. So
So he sent Rem off with the other one.
And it's a bit strange that it's a bit interesting that Ryuk was like, hey, if you don't have the Death Note, I'll just go back home, pretty much. But he can stay if he wants. It just, he had an excuse to come in the first place. So it doesn't necessarily be that someone has to have the Death Note for him to stay.
Right. But if we start from the top,
Yes.
so it looks like Rem, I don't know, maybe if it was at the I don't know, so what's his name? Light telling Rem to like put this memory in her head. Because she is assuming it's a stalker. I mean, otherwise she would be like, why am I here? I guess she could have come to that conclusion herself too. And then I'm thinking about it. But
because everything having to do with the Death Note is wiped from her brain. But
so she just wakes up and
relationships-
finds herself in this place.
Yeah, and she's just assuming that it's a stalker.
Yeah, I don't believe it ever goes into it. Someone could say it in comments if this is true, but I don't think it happens in the manga either. So what I think it is that yes, everything that's related to the Death Note is removed, and your mind will just make the connections and fill in the gaps.
Right.
If there's any holes, it'll fill it for
Makes
why
sense.
am I here? I was here for this reason.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and we see that the Light made the what is it, the pineapple phrase for goodbye Death Note frame.
Pineapple phrase.
Yeah,
Never heard that before.
it's like a safe word. Pineapple.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Safe word.
Okay.
Why'd you just say safe word? Seriously.
Pineapple.
No. So the safe word is get rid of it, and then he's relinquishing ownership of the Death Note. He also relinquished ownership of what's her name,
Rems.
Misa's. Rems. Misa's Death Note, because she did give it to him, so I guess he owned it at that point. But it still belonged to her though. But I guess it's because she gave it up. He's like next person who touched it. So
Yeah.
technically he owned Rem at that point, so he gave it up and let Rem leave.
Yeah, she forfeited it. Therefore, she no longer owns it.
Right.
The person who touches it owns it.
Right.
Yeah. So, what do you think about Light's plan?
Crazy.
Yeah.
But it matches him in that he's going to like all the lengths he can in order to secure his position
Yes.
and his lifestyle. His killing lifestyle. And the thing that I can't figure out is why did the death start again after he gave up ownership? Unless, I forget, wasn't there like a limit of how far in the future you can set a death point? I thought there was. Or was it that you just had to write it within 6 minutes of their name, and then wherever in the time in the future it'll happen?
The only limit for timing was you can change the cause of death within 90 days. But I don't think you could probably set it past 90 days for someone to die.
Yeah.
Because it can't change after 90 days. I think.
We saw one of them was you have to if you forfeit the Death Note, you have to get it back within 490 days in order to become re-ownership or something like that.
Oh, it was forfeiting in that? I thought it said if it was lost or stolen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you lose it, you have to come into contact with it
Within 490 days.
490 days.
Interesting clause. And it really makes me wonder about, I know we'll probably never get to see it, but see what was going through the mind of the person who made these Death Notes in the first place, this King Death or whatever. Why are there all these clauses? And it doesn't seem to, this world seems to be like our world, aside from the Death Note intervening. So, have there been times in their history where things like this have come up, and so these rules have to be
come
made?
up with a rule, to deal with that situation.
I will say that this is one hell of a gamble, given that we saw that rule. because there's two problems here, right? If he loses contact with the Death Note, and well, I assume there's some plan to get him back into contact with it. But if it didn't happen, 490 days later, he's permanently gone.
Yeah.
And also, what if L just let him out earlier than the 15 days?
Yeah.
Well, 2 weeks pass, no one's dead. Okay, let's just take you out of here. If someone's suddenly dead, okay, he's something to do with his freedom.
I think Light was betting on L's personality of like he said, "Don't let me out unless
You're
100% sure." That was stupid because L is like on 5%, and anyways, so he's like, "Don't let me out," and he knows that L is not going to not do that. Mm-hmm. So I think he was banking on that.
Well, what about the other side of it?
What?
Like, so releasing him because he doesn't suspect him is one thing, but taking him out of the prison because he's sure it's him at this point. I mean, they're all sure it was him.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
that was enough time? I see what you're saying.
Like it's been like just a week of no deaths. This
That's
has
enough.
not happened before.
Yeah.
Let's move him to a more secure location. In that time period, more people die after.
Yeah. That's a good point. What is to say that L didn't just... I think what was the save was the not conscious of it thing. Because to convict someone who is... Like, take a lie detector test, they don't believe it, blah, blah, blah. They're not conscious of what they're doing. It's kind of harder to convict. You can say that's mental insanity and throw them in an insane asylum. You can't convict them. You know? So it might be harder to deal with a situation with someone like that. Maybe that's what he was thinking. And he's trying to get more solid evidence of, like, a longer time period.
Prove intent.
Yeah. Or maybe get him to break. I don't know.
Do you think with this whole, like, 2 weeks and then everybody suddenly dies thing, do you think that maybe he's playing the card of like there are Shinigami, it's like Shinigami take them over?
Maybe that's what he's trying to do. Shinigami comes and takes people over, because both Misa and Light are behaving with the same suddenly what
Yeah,
you know.
True. And also, to be honest, he could have just asked Ryuk to do it, because we know from Ram that she was perfectly willing to just kill L just cause.
Yeah.
And they can kill anybody that they want.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not to save some, well, I guess you could make an argument that it's to save Light from being executed by killing 15 people at
as
once.
long as it's not near his death date, as long as it
As long as
doesn't
it's not near
interrupt his death date.
But still, you could probably find a way to find 15 people that are somewhat guilty. Just make sure to kill 15 people on this day in a specific manner, maybe. Maybe not even necessarily criminals, just in a specific manner. And it would seem like there's something else out there.
Yeah. The thing is, I can see L saying, well, maybe there's something up here. Let's keep him for another 20 days. And no more deaths after that. So, no, it was a fluke. Like, maybe it was just... I don't know, like, maybe Misa is not the real second Kira, and the second Kira is the one who did those other deaths. Or something, and then Light would be in trouble unless he was able to talk to Ryuk and say, "Can you do some more?" But he can't. He can't talk.
Yeah.
And obviously he has no memories right now.
I mean, what gets him out of this situation?
Yeah.
The thing, like, sure, it's him, or sure, it's not him. Why would they take him out of the room? What lets him out of this situation?
He needs to get that percentage down to 0. And like I said, Ryuk is very, very specific with his percentages. So it's like any small amount of... I'm sorry, Ryuzaki is very specific with his percentages, so he's gonna he needs to be absolutely 100% without a doubt sure that Light is not guilty, and that's what Light wants. He wants to be in the clear of not being seen as being Kira.
In the super clear.
In the super clear. And if he can get in the super clear with L, I think that's when he'll feel happy.
Because he even 15 days later, he's like, he's in the gray area.
Yeah. Still not clear.
What's his name? I don't even remember his name. Going for the for the mic.
That's funny.
Get out of here. Yeah.
And the thing is, even if we're done talking about Light, Misa, you gotta get her out of here. And they found hair samples on the tapes that were sent.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the reason he went with the whole unconscious thing. So maybe she turned into a victim rather than a perpetrator.
Trying to help her. And the whole thing with, her hair being lifted up, that will go all into the Shinigami idea of being,
And Elle is totally confused right now.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, what I wrote down is, we are all confused, Elle. Because I don't know what did Light do? I'm so excited to find out what the heck he did to like pull this off and to get himself back around full circle back to his Death Note.
Mm-hmm. And also, Misa's friend, the one who helped make the tapes.
Yeah.
There's still a loose end.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is it just Misa's hair that showed up?
Yeah.
Just her hair was just shedding that day. It was just falling out from all the bleach.
I think it's kind of hilarious that she took all these precautions to like make her friend do the tapes, to the voiceover, to all the editing. She wears gloves when she takes. She doesn't see her hair falls out this thing. Yeah. But yeah, so guys, thank you guys very much for being here. Guys, if you like your time here, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Remember, check out the Patreon description if you guys want to see the next episode a whole week early. Or if you just want to see the social media in the description. As well, check out the Discord if you guys want to talk about the show or have any questions. Thank you very much. See you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, bye.
And thanks to our patrons, Andrew Gorman, Alex Heima, Jesse Gallimore, Ron Travis Martin, and Washington Manobata.